and the Santa Maud Lady Gators. In a moment, we'll take a break, and we'll be joined by the coach, David Swacker, and we will talk about the teams, the coaches, and starting lineups, and the opening tip. All that coming your way shortly. We'll take a break right now. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. Rev Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics.
Welcome back to the Gold Dome, and we are going to join the Shirt Off Our Back ceremony for Santa Maud High School as the senior girls will honor their teachers.
Saying the word "can't" to making sure our bumps and bruises spell better for the next game. I'm forever grateful for all the time and effort she puts into the program. Thank you for making the last 2 years you were here so memorable for me. Love you, Coach Brooke. Number 12, Anna Ricca. Anna has chosen Miss Lena Martin. I decided to pick Miss Lena Martin to be the shirt off the back because out of all the teachers I had at Santa Maud, she made me feel the most comfortable in her class. She always walked in with a smile on her face and pushed me to be the best. She has made a big impact on me from the second I got in her class. Although school is not my favorite, she made me look forward to getting up every morning just to go to her class. I will never be able to thank you for all that you've done for me. I love you, Miss Martin. Number 15, Denia Thornton. Denia has chosen Miss Victoria Bowman. I decided to pick Miss Bowman as shirt off my back for many reasons, but we're not going to go that deep. Miss Bowman was my freshman math teacher, and after I took her class, I promised her on the spot I would give her this title because she genuinely made me want to come to school and actually learn something. She is such a sweet person and loving person to all the students, no matter who they are. She is very mindful of what people are going through, and that's what makes her so special. It was my first year here, and I connected with her instantly, even though it was probably because I was the only one to answer the question to pass the test. She still made sure I was having a great day and fed me when I was hungry. So I just want to say thank you, Ms. Bowman. I hope your children are great, and I miss you so much. Love, Denia. Number 20, Taylor Shields. Taylor has chosen Miss Alicia Butler. I decided to choose Miss Butler as shirt off my back because she has made my high school experience 10 times better. She was my teacher last year, and I was fortunate enough to have her once again. I find it very ironic when the first time I had her as a teacher, she didn't think I liked her. Miss Butler is the only teacher I've ever had that tries to connect with each one of her students. Can also tell her anything without feeling like I'm being judged. Even though English is my least favorite subject, she has always found a way to make sure that I am entertaining. I can list more reasons of why she deserves this award, but we'd be here all night. I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for always being someone I can count on. Number 35, Kyra Baker. Kyra has chosen Miss Ashley Stark. Starkey. Dear Miss Ashley, choosing you as my shirt off my back was an easy decision because of all the things you do to help your students, especially me. You realize that everyone has different ways of learning and different ways of contributing to the class. When I came into CCMA, I had lower expectations, and I didn't think it would excite me as much. However, you always found a way for me to voice my opinions, although I didn't like speaking at all. By using things like guided notes and Google Forms, small things like that have helped me become a better communicator with you and the rest of the class. This allowed me to be brave enough to express my opinions and jump in conversations because you made it so comfortable. For this, I want to thank you for being such a great teacher and companion and to inspire others who are awkward as me. Love, Kyra. Give one more round of applause for these seniors and all of their shirt off the back teachers.
One of the sports traditions here in Ascension Parish, the shirt off my back ceremony. They do it in pretty much all the sports and all the schools here in this area. And there you had the senior night. Well, it's not the senior night, it's the shirt off the back night, but the senior players for the Santa Maria Lady Gators, and we can take a look at them right now, the 5 that you just saw. And you have a couple of starters in there. You got Hallie Idell, number 10, Anna Ricca, number 12. She comes off the bench, and the other starters are number 15, Denia Thornton, and number 20, Taylor Shields, and then number 35, the final one right there, Kyra Baker. And so those are the players that we're going to see a lot of those tonight, and there's good leadership on that squad.
Well, Jeff, there's no doubt about it. It's done throughout the parish, and it is truly, it might be a big deal for the kids, but it's a real big deal for the teachers. And to be selected, you got to understand there's 5 senior girls out here. Probably Dutchtown is in the same boat with 5 girls there. So it's amazing how that right here, and here you see the Lady Gators coming out to warm up, made the day of a number of teachers that sometimes when a kid comes in and out of your classroom, you have no earthly idea just how much you touch their lives.
Right, I've been there for 14 years at Dutchtown, and it took me about 8 years before I got one, and it was kind of like a feel like I've arrived whenever I got that, and I wound up with 4 of them during my teaching career over the next 5 or 6 years. I don't think I'm going to be getting any more working in the detention room, but every now and then you run into a couple of those. But I'm hoping I don't get one, I guess you could say.
Well, that's amazing. That's a spot where you can really touch some lives, but they may not be playing any sports. So maybe if we could get shirt off our back for kids that are in detention, maybe you might have a better shot at it.
Absolutely, but
I know exactly how you feel, though.
Oh yeah, it's all these teachers love those honors, and they're proud of them. They wear the shirts around school all the time, and everybody loves to be recognized, especially when you're a teacher, because a lot of times you don't get recognized, and that's what I believe some of the little essays and write-ups we're talking about, that you don't appreciate them at the moment, or you don't know that the teachers don't know that you appreciate them. So that's
it's pretty neat. I could just tell you, my wife's been involved in this a few times, and I know it just brings tears to her eyes just because of, you have the nice shirt and stuff like this. The kid may tell you thank you when you're walking out and stuff like that, but the big thing is what that kid writes, and they're giving the teacher that. Now, of course, you could put it in a frame or whatever you want to do, but it's always nice that you have that for the, however long you want to keep it.
Right. And I'll mention one final story, because the first shirt off my back was a senior running back at Dutchtown, Charles Davis. He was the starting running back for the Dutchtown team that year. And this year I have student workers as the ISSP person, and I have his younger sister as one of my student workers. And the first thing she did when she came in my room, she looked up on my wall and she saw a picture of her older brother giving me the shirt off my back award. He's like, "Oh my God, that's my brother! Like that was like 1,000,000 years ago. You still have that?" And I'm like, "I'm keeping that wherever
Absolutely.
I go." Yes, absolutely.
You better believe it.
Yes. So enough about that. Let's talk about the game, Coach, because we're going to go to the coaching matchup here tonight with Coach Delry and Coach Harvey. And both these guys, well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we could say, are third-year coaches, and they've been very successful over these years.
Well, when they've both been here 3 years, and they probably came to two different situations. Coach Delry came to a situation where the program was down quite a bit and had a rough first year, but he set some building blocks there, and a lot better year last year. And, of course, you having to deal with the COVID and everything else. And then, of course, this year started off, with a really fantastic year. Then some injuries have set in. So that's something that they're dealing with, that he's dealing with right now. Coach Harvey came into a situation where Chrissy Unglide was head coach, and they'd gone to some playoffs and stuff like this. But I've got a chance to see Coach Harvey in action for the last 3 years, counting this year, and is doing a tremendous job with her girls. A lot of fun to watch the girls basketball, and so that 62-26 is a nice record. But you got to understand this, Jeff. 32 teams are going to make the playoffs in 5A. And in Santa Ma's new district and in Dutchtown's new district, 5A, every girls team is right now in the playoffs. So that's the kind of league that both of these coaches are dealing with. And at the top of that is the Walker Lady Wildcats, and they're probably as good as any team in the state.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. But we talk about the difference between the records, and you alluded to it. Coach Delry had to start from basically the bottom, and so he had a rough first year because he had to basically start from scratch. But since last January, he's done a great job, and he's been way over 500 at that point. And now we'll go to the talk about Walker and the district itself. And so let's go to the district basketball records right now. And as you alluded to, Walker's on top. They're 23-1. They're 2-0. They defeated Dutchtown last Friday. Dutchtown held them close for a while, but they with all the injuries, they just couldn't hold up. Denham Springs and Santa Ma come up next, and Denham beat Santa Ma in a head-to-head earlier this week. Live Oak beat Dutchtown on Tuesday. They're up to 1-1, and then you have Dutchtown 20-9, 0-2 in district, and East Ascension 10-11, 0-2 in district.
Very, very good records out. Again, just like I just said, all of these teams, if the playoffs started this week, they would all go into the playoffs. Now, you have one more week of the season, and you have to understand, probably if you play in Walker, probably if you play in Denham Springs, and probably if you play in Santa Ma, if you're one of these Live Oaks, Dutchtown, or East Ascension, it's a good possibility you might not win. But because of the record of these top three teams right there, it's almost going to be like a win for you because of all the victories that you will get from those three teams.
Right. We'll go into the power ratings later on in the broadcast. Dutchtown's at 13 and potentially hosting a home game if they can hold a spot between there and 16. And even if they lose a couple of games, I talked to Coach Delry today, he feels optimistic that even if you lose a couple of games, like, for example, if they would lose tonight, if they potentially lose another game, maybe to Denham Springs, they could still be in the top 16.
Yeah, because, Jeff, right now, everybody in the state is playing district games.
Right.
And no one in the state is playing in a district like 5A girls.
Right. And you talk about the district games, and this is we're cycling through game 3 now for all of these teams. And, of course, tonight you have Dutchtown at Santa Ma here at the Gold Dome, our Rev game of the week. And then you have tomorrow night, Denham Springs is going to go to EA. Walker is going to play at Live Oak. Both of those games are going to be Friday night games. And so that's our schedule for Game 3 of district play for the girls. Let's take a look at the starting lineups now for both teams. I'm going to start with Dutchtown starting lineup as the visitors. And you see their lineup right there. There's lots of seniors. They originally had 5 senior starters, but 2 of them are out tonight. Taylor Lemon, one of the seniors, number 3. Marley Gatlin, she's a replacement for Nia Miller, who is out right now indefinitely with medical issues. So Marley Gatlin, as a freshman, has got to start for her. Jenna Humphrey, she's coming in and starting today for Breanne Parker, who had a concussion in the Tuesday night game. Tori Ferry, number 32, and Queens Bernard, they're the kind of inside people, the big bodies inside, and Coach Delry is hoping for some points from them tonight. On the Santa Maria side, pretty much what we saw last game in the EA game that we covered last week. You have Rania Guillory, number 4, who's going to start, and then along with the 2 leaders on this team, Hallie Heidel and Denia Thornton, and you're going to see and hear a lot about them tonight. And the other 2 starters, number 20, Taylor Shields, number 24, J.C. Coleman, they're not bad either, and that rounds up your starting lineups for tonight, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, it'd be a whole different ball game. Not to say it's not going to be interesting to start with. You know, but when you lose a couple of kids in a 5-man start or a 5-person starting lineup, you know, it could change the outcome drastically one way or the other.
Right, and as I said, 5 starters, and the thing about Nia Miller was not only is she one of the starters, but she was the leading scorer and basically the leader of this team, and you're replacing her with a freshman, and of course there's going to be a drop-off right there. But when I talked to Coach Delry this morning, he's optimistic that he can do something tonight, maybe even pull off a victory. And this is a really special game for these senior girls because he told me they've been talking about it all season, and this is something that they made note of all year. The senior girls have never beaten Santa Maria. And you had the playoff game last year where they came close and lost, and they've improved every season, and they're hoping for some success here tonight. We're going to get to the starting lineups, the introduction of the starting lineups right now.
The Dutchtown Lady Griffins and your Santa Maria Gators. At this time, would you please rise and move your caps for the singing of the national anthem. The anthem will be sung by Madeline Bachman.
Oh, bright stripes and bright stars.
Gemma Humphrey. At guard, number 12, Marley Gatlin. At guard, number 3, Taylor Lemon. At forward, number 32, Tori Berry. The Lady Griffins are coached by Chase Delry, Peyton Dugas, and Kent Lejeune. And now, would you please welcome the starting lineup for your Sandoval Lady Gators.
You always have the whole place to yourself.
At forward, number 24, sophomore, J.C. Coleman. At guard, number 4, a junior, Rania Fury. At forward, number 20, a senior, Taylor Shields. At point guard, number 10, a senior, Allie Heidel. And at guard, number 15, a senior, Janaya Carter. The Lady Gators are coached by assistant coaches Kitty Young, Brooke Ellisar, Latoya Evans, and your head coach, Bianca Williams.
And we are ready for the opening tip, just moments away. Girls basketball, Dutchtown versus Santa Ma. And this is the first night of back-to-back Dutchtown Santa Ma basketball. Tomorrow night we will be at Griffin Gym in Dutchtown for the boys' version of Griffins and Gators. So we're just about ready, and Dutchtown is out. They're wearing black tonight, and the home team wears the white colors tonight here at the Gold Dome. So it's going to be, for the jump, you're going to have J.C. Coleman and Queens Bernard, and we are ready to go. Dutchtown, Santa Ma, always fun when these two teams meet, and the tip is won by Dutchtown, but a steal right to Thornton, and the layup is good. And it's 2-0 right away. So quick points in the first 10 seconds, and now Dutchtown with Lemon to Humphrey, back to Lemon. Now going inside to Ferry. Kicks it out to Queens for a three. Good, and they take the lead.
Well, right there you saw where Dutchtown answered, and we talked about this before the start of the game. You know, good defense a lot of times is very good offense, and that's what Thornton started off with. And then easily Dutchtown answered with a three to go ahead.
So Torrey Ferry gets the steal on defense, and Dutchtown takes over. And half-court defense right now for the Lady Gators, and a steal by Heidel. Heidel and Thornton, there they go, and the layup is good, and Santa Ma takes the lead. 4-3.
Thornton does a good job protecting that ball.
Three from Humphrey, good. 6-4, and lights out shooting, Coach.
Well, Dutchtown found a spot over there. You might as well circle it and just take turns lining up and making threes from the corner.
And one of the reasons why they lost against Live Oak was because those threes weren't going down. They're going down quickly right now. And here's the answer, no good. Offensive rebound, good. And J.C. Coleman scores off the three from Shields that missed at 6-6.
And Coleman, just a sophomore.
Gatlin drives. No good. Rebound, Coleman.
And I'm sure, you know, with a lot of your seniors leaving both of these teams, youngsters are what basically Dutchtown has out there in general, and Santa Ma, a couple of them.
There's a steal, and you're going to get Taylor Lemon with the layup in, and it's 8-6.
Well, I just love it, you know, watching high school kids and middle school kids shooting left-handed layups and not going in on the left side and shooting the ball right-handed. Outstanding job there.
This is a 2, and it's long, and the rebound goes to Queens Bernard. Dutchtown has it, and Santa Ma goes back to half court. No pressure yet, and nearly a step. No whistle. That's Lemon. There's Humphrey, and she'll try another 3. Good! 3 in a row, 11-6.
And Bianca Harvey says, I got my tallest girl out there to get in her face, and did a good job with Coleman. And knocking it down, shooting 100% from those threes.
And here's the answer, and a whistle and a charge. So an early foul, first foul of the night, Denia Thornton.
Yeah, we're coming right through the middle.
That's Tori Ferry, who held her ground for the charge. 5:07, Dutchtown 11, Santa Ma 6. And this is Marley Gatlin, the freshman.
Santa Ma on that 1-3-1.
They're really good at that. That caused a lot of turnovers in the East Ascension game. Queens drives, now pass, Humphrey gets it, and they'll set up. But a steal, and here comes Thornton. She drives and misses, and rebound goes to Lemon. Dutchtown's running, kick it out for a 3. Humphrey, good again.
Humphrey.
Wow, they're on fire. 14
Got a timeout here, baby.
4 for 4 from the three-point line. 3 in a row for Jenna Humphrey, coming off the bench. She's starting, but she usually comes off the bench.
And you have that little group of Santa Ma students out there in that corner where Humphrey's been shooting from, supposedly going to intimidate her, but, boy, she's handling that pressure and knocking them down.
So Dutchtown, let's look at their schedule, the 5-5A schedule while we have a moment during this timeout. They started out 0-2. They lost to Walker, and they lost to Live Oak, both of those home games. You see that right there. Live Oak beat them 57-46. Santa Ma is tonight. Then on the 7th, they go to Denham Springs, and they finish out on the 10th against East Ascension.
And so next week basically is the end of the regular season, and then the playoffs get going.
An 8-point lead. A big surprise here as Dutchtown raining threes. Now Thornton, she'll shoot a 3 off the back. And rebound goes out of bounds, and it's going to be White possession.
Now Guillory with the throw in here.
Inside to Thornton. She has the size. She shoots. Shot no good. Rebound out of bounds, and White again. So another shot for the Lady Gators as they trail by 8 with 4:11 left to go in the first. Thornton will throw it in to Heidel. And stolen. And Lemon.
Nice steal by Lemons there. Anticipating that high pass.
And a bounce pass stolen. As coming off the bench, Comery. And now Heidel has it for the Lady Gators. Now a drive and a shot blocked out of bounds to the Lady Griffins. Coach, the officials are letting them play. They not a lot of whistles here so far.
Well, I heard a couple out of bounds.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah. They're going to let them play a little physical here tonight, apparently. As Ferry shoots, and it's blocked, and now they blow the whistle.
And Comery with the foul there. You know, basically you go right there is to try to play half and half on that post player. Don't let her get the ball in there. And she was able to, made a few moves, got the foul while shooting.
Tori Ferry, a senior, shooting free throws. First one is good. Coach Derry said they wanted to feed the ball to her tonight and see if she can get some points. But so far they've been going outside for the points with the threes.
You got Ferry and Bernard, two nice-looking athletes.
Yes. 16-6, 10-point lead for the Lady Griffins. Heidel's going to shoot a 3 off the glass, no good. And It's Dutchtown possession. I believe Ferry got hit in the eye, but looks like she's okay. And now here comes Lemon. Passes it to Humphrey. Goes inside to Ferry. Shot, no good, but another foul, and that's 2 on Comrie. She may have to go back to the bench.
Well, you know, right there, the thing that I would tell Comrie in that situation, your referee's just going to watch. And anytime you swing to block a shot that you're closely guarding the girl, there's going to be a foul call. Whether there's a foul or not, in those cases were fouls.
And you're going to see Ricka checking in along with Coleman. So second.
Comrie got a lot to learn, just a freshman. And Coleman comes into the game, or back into the game.
And
Santa Ma's
no
only
good, and Coleman gets the rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball, and that's going to go to Santa Ma.
And not that we're anticipating anything, but anything could happen, and Santa Ma has only lost one back-to-back game this year.
And they lost on Tuesday, so they don't want to make it 2 here tonight as Thornton drives and loses it, and it's going to be Dutchtown possession. 10-point lead. Dutchtown down 2 starters here tonight, Parker and Miller, and a 3 coming, and this one's short. And offensive rebound up, blocked. Offensive rebound again from Dutchtown, and the 3-pointer no good. And now Gatlin with a 3rd rebound. Shortest player on the court, but now it goes and stolen again by Dutchtown, and Lemon shoots a 3, no good.
Lemon steals it, nice steal right there.
And it goes back to Ferry, and now look at these offensive rebounds and still can't score. And still challenging, and there she is hitting the ground, and we're going to see about the foul. And I believe Gatlin got called for that one.
Well, you basically had Dutchtown doing what coaches would say, just out hustling the Lady Gators for those rebounds and putting them back up, just not successful on 2 or 3 layup shots before Thornton got the ball and was fouled.
And here comes a 3, and it's good. And there's J.C. Coleman. And now all of a sudden, Dutchtown can't hit their 3s, and Santa Ma answers, and it's 16-9. And that's off of Thornton's foot. So that'll go back to the Lady Griffins. They'll throw it in. So now the throw-in goes to Lemon. And they're going to call a travel on Gatlin. So that's going to be a turnover.
Gatlin not certain, didn't see the feet move, but the referee's standing right by her and makes the call.
Approaching a minute and a half here, 7-point lead.
Interesting first quarter here, Jeff.
And there's another travel.
I agree with that one.
I think they're looking for the traveling calls more than they're looking for fouls here tonight. At least so far. They're letting them play aggressive, but take half a step and you done. And there's a pass to Gatlin, drives, misses. Ricka with the rebound, and here's the Lady Gators. Thornton passing down, and a nice pass up, and no good. She'll go to the line.
Well, Guillory right there doing a good job athletically catching that ball on the run and putting it up and getting fouled.
Lemon commits the foul. Rania Guillory going to the line. Trying to cut this lead potentially to 5. And the first subs are about to check in for the Lady Griffins. First one is good at 16-10. And the subs, Hayden Herring, number 33, and Allie Graves, and the 2 big bodies, Queens Bernard and Torrey Ferry, will take a break. Second free throw, good. And it's a 5-point game. And all of a sudden, a little scoring streak for the Lady Gators. Humphrey traveled right there.
And
no doubt about that one.
Nice adjustment. And I might just say this, Coach Harvey got announced as Bianca Williams, recently married. So we could go with that.
Nice call, Coach. Coleman drives into the lane, puts up the floater and in, and it's 16-13.
I like the way she moves. Just a 10th grader, but seems to have outstanding athletic ability.
7 straight for the Griffins, and Graves travels. I believe that's 3 straight possessions for the Lady Griffins. Ended with a traveling call. 38 seconds left to go. We're on a 7-0 run right now.
Well, you got a 7-0 run, but I'm going to just tell you, Coach Delry got his girls doing exactly what he wanted. A nice start to begin the game.
Coleman shoots, misses. Gatlin rebound. Now Lemon. And there's Humphrey will shoot, and she travels again. That's 4 possessions in a row, I believe.
Humphrey's kind of moved away from her spot right there.
Right. She likes
She
the
needs to get
baseline.
right in front of those boys that are talking and everything and just sit back and shut them up.
I believe she had 3 3-pointers in the Live Oak game as well coming off the bench. We're up to 10 seconds remaining. Thornton stops her dribble, passes it. Now a 3 from Coleman. No good. And that'll end the first quarter. An exciting first quarter, 16-13. Griffins lead the Gators. Lady Griffins lead the Lady Gators. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
Second quarter about to begin. You see Coach Chase Delry right there talking things over with his Lady Griffins. And they started the game hot with all the 3-pointers, took a 10-point lead, 7-0 run for Santa Ma. It's a 3-point game. It was a good first quarter, Coach.
And look, let me just tell you, I would have to say, just knowing him, everything's positive about what's going on right there with the girls. You know, everybody knows that there's some kids out. And Humphrey comes in and makes some big shots right there. Gave the girls from Dutchtown a big spark. Not a little spark, a big spark right here. Let's see what happens. The Gators were able to come back a little bit and get this thing a little bit closer. Let's see what happens to start of this second quarter.
So Queens Bernard and Torrey Ferry check back in for Dutchtown. And Shields
starting out
check
with a
back in for Santa
man-to-man
Ma.
defense.
And now they're going to kick it out to Herring. Herring replaces Humphrey. And a steal. Coleman, contact, and a
Jump ball to go to the Lady Gators.
So Lady Gators will have possession. They could potentially tie it.
I tell you what, Coleman's got some quick hands in there.
She's looked very nice tonight.
She's been very quick.
So you have the starting 5 for the Lady Gators on the court right now.
Dutchtown in a man-to-man also.
And they're going to kick it out to Coleman. That's a 2, no good. Rebound out of bounds, and it's going to go Black possession.
Dutchtown right there.
16-13. Dutchtown's been scoreless for several minutes here, Coach. Let's see what they can do on this drive. Lots of turnovers, but they're all travels. Here's Queens Bernard, stops her dribble, looking for help. Gets it to Lemon.
I think, you know, both coaches are saying this is exactly how good are our girls going to be if we put them in a man-to-man situation. And I know both coaches are thinking, both of our, my team can handle this, and I know each team is thinking the same thing.
Over to Herring. She's not a three-point threat. That's Ferry, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Lady Gators. So good defense right there.
Hadn't seen any pressing yet, Jeff.
No, you haven't. I want to give credit to Coleman again. She's having a nice game. She was able to force that out of bounds, making contact with the ball. Heidel to Thornton.
And Heidel, we missed her on the shooting end.
Right, I don't believe she may have attempted 1-3, I think. And there's a shot, no good. Missed by Shields, goes to Dutchtown.
Well, this is the difference in the game. Dutchtown shot well. Humphrey shot well. And then all of a sudden, both teams, have kind of, since, here we go with 1.5 minutes in this second quarter, nobody's getting the ball to fall.
Both teams just started red hot. Now Ferry shoots off the back rim. No good. Rebound to Guillory, and now trying to keep possession, and it goes out off of, I think this is going to be.
Should be Santa Ma's ball, but maybe.
No, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul on Thornton. They're going to say that she made contact with Gatlin. And Rick is going to check in. I didn't see that either. I thought they were going to give the ball to Santa Ma right there, but they called the foul instead. So Thornton's going to check out. I believe that's her second foul. Not sure, though. There's Gatlin into the lane, kicks it out to Queens for three. No good. And rebound, Coleman. Here's Shields, and now a three from Guillory. Wide right, no good. And now Ricka will try a three off the back rim. Offensive rebound and points, and it's Coleman again, Coach.
Coleman looks like she's going to be in the right place at the right time most of the night here.
So Thornton is usually their scorer. And we're going to have a timeout called. And let's go and take a look at the Santa Ma bench right there as you see the coach. And let's look at their schedule for 5-5A play. And they had a tough one against Denham Springs. They played really well, but just couldn't pull it out, lost by 6.
And I talked to a few people that were at the game, says Denham, it seems like they have all new athletic facilities except for gym. A new football field, new baseball field, new softball field, new track and field facility. And they are taking advantage of it, and they're lighting it up. Quarterfinals in football, and here they are doing well. They had a good year, I think, in volleyball, and now in girls and boys basketball, they are rolling along. So they're interesting to see what happens when we get into those playoffs.
Their next game for the Lady Gators is at Walker. That's going to be a big one for them as they take on the number 1 team.
And I think, they played them in the playoffs the last couple of years also.
Not last year, but the year before that,
it was Denham,
yes.
it was West Monroe.
Yes.
But I'm going to just tell you, Walker, boys and girls, is very, very good basketball.
It's going to be Dutchtown possession as the timeout called. With 5:25 left to go, it's 16-15. Santa Ma creeping back. Still a long scoreless drought for the Lady Griffins, a 9-0 run.
And 2.5 minutes on that.
And it's off of the legs and a cheap foul, just quick contact right there. Barry did it. She knew it. And that'll be the foul situation. 4 for the Gators, 3 for the Griffins. So really no bonus in the near future right now. Oh, there's a travel. You've seen lots of those tonight. And it's not just ticky-tack. They've been pretty obvious.
Yeah, and, I can't follow with a better word, but other than they've been travels.
Yep.
And a lot of that has to do with pressure, but no pressure just then.
And there's Ferry blocked by Coleman again. And here's Heidel. And she's going to put up the floater. No good. She gets her own rebound. And now a three. Guillory. No good. Offensive rebound. Ricka stolen by Gatlin. She's trapped.
Nice steal right there by Gatlin.
They get it to Ferry, but it's taken by Ricka. And out of bounds. Turnover.
And, you know, you see Coach Williams for Santa Ma talking to her team, settle down and let's make some things happen here instead of making turnovers happen.
So now you got a really young lineup for Dutchtown. You have a bunch of freshmen and sophomores to go with Lemon.
You know, Heidel right here needs to take charge of this team. And got Lemon in there.
Pass inside, stolen by Graves. And a whistle. And that's going to be on Taylor Shields, number 20. Not a bonus. 5-3, the foul situation again. So right now, with the senior Lemon, you got Gatlin, who's a freshman. Then you got Graves, who's a freshman. And then Herring, who's a sophomore, and Humphrey, who's a sophomore. Actually, Herring's a freshman, too. And she's got it, and she travels. Dutchtown's gone about the equivalent of a quarter now, Coach, without scoring a point.
Well, it's I'd like to say it's been some good defense and stuff like this, but it's just been some simple little mistakes that both teams are making, which is preventing them.
And Coleman will go to the line. Herring commits the foul. And I believe that Coach Delry just had to have a talk with his senior leaders and try to set things straight as they've been in a slump. And I see Tori Ferry's about to check in. She'll probably replace Herring. And the free throw is good from Coleman.
Well, somebody had to step up for the Lady Gators. It's been Coleman.
Right, she's the
And
MVP.
I'm sure Coach Delry's looking for somebody out of his group who's going to be the person that can step up and make some shots.
And it's still tied, but an offensive rebound as the free throw's no good and another travel. There was some contact with Ferry, but they don't call anything there and accept the turnover. So we're tied. 10-0 run now for the Lady Gators. And Gatlin will run the show with Lemon. Inside to Ferry. This is where they wanted to go. Shot no good. Offensive rebound, Ferry. And they'll set up. So Lemon tells Gatlin to go right. Kicks it out to Gatlin, and there's Graves driving the baseline, shooting, and out of bounds, blocked. And sub checking in. This is Kylan Sabalos, freshman for the Lady Gators, checking in for Shields.
Sabalos Rivera coming in.
And there's a three from Graves, long, offensive rebound, Gatlin.
Gatlin does a good job getting in there and getting that offensive board. It says, I'm not going to try to shoot one over Coleman. I'm going to bring it back out.
Humphrey for three, got it again.
And Humphrey says, let me just try. Maybe we ran out of shots on the other side.
And now we have a timeout with 3:20, and now Dutchtown takes the lead 19-16. I believe that's her fourth three-pointer, Coach. And with this break, let's talk about our schedule coming up because it's a Dutchtown Santa Ma doubleheader. Tomorrow night, we're going to be at Griffin Gym for Santa Ma at Dutchtown Boys. On Friday, we're going next Friday, that is, Dutchtown at East Ascension Boys basketball as the boys district play starts tomorrow. And then we go to Valentine's Day, Santa Ma at EA Boys basketball. And, of course, all this can be live streamed on YouTube, Rev Sports 1, and the replays will be on Rev TV. So check out those games. May have some bonus winter games as well, as we are going to monitor the soccer playoffs, and we're going to talk about that at halftime. May have a soccer match next week if everything goes as planned. Can't tell you the matchup because the first round hadn't been played yet. And there's a steal.
Nice job with the press there by
And
Lemon.
pass down low to Graves, scores. Now it's a 5-0 run for the Griffins. They've scored for about a quarter.
Results into a turnover.
And now the Dutchtown Griffins go full court. And jump ball, Griffin possession. Marley Gatlin's playing tough for a freshman. She's got a tough job because a lot of eyes are going to be on her because she's replacing Nia Miller. But she's done a really good job tonight.
Well, good job by Coach Delry going into that pressure, which resulted in some quick points for his girls.
And she's going to go to the line as she forces the foul. So that's going to be on number 10, Heidel. So Gatlin, the freshman, will go to the line and shoot 2. And now that's 6 for the Lady Gators, so the bonus the rest of the way in the first half. Free throw, no good. Now Shields is going to check in. Ceballos checks out. Second free throw coming. And no good. Rebound goes out of bounds to the Lady Gators. So both free throws missed. And now Queens will check in. Corey Ferry will check out.
Man-to-man press.
And I believe Bernard is going to be called for that. Queens Bernard commits the foul.
A throw in at half court, the Lady Gators. And
that's 5 fouls.
Lady Griffins right here are having some success. It's causing a little bit of thinking there by the Lady Gators on what to do.
And a shot no good. And here is Lemon. And Gatlin will run the show. Kicks it out, and Humphrey doesn't have her shot. Goes inside to Gatlin. Now Graves back to Gatlin. And she will drive, kick it out to Humphrey. She's got her shot, short. Offensive rebound, Queens over to Gatlin. Back to Humphrey. Approaching 2 minutes before halftime. And Gatlin will run the point. And Dutchtown will run some clock.
Delry wants a little organized offense, and this is what he's getting with the passes.
And it's tipped.
One of them's a little bit errant.
Ferry comes in. Graves comes out. So the starting 5 now in for Dutchtown. Thornton on the bench. Foul trouble. Isn't having her usual game. I believe she has 2. That's the most likely explanation why we haven't seen her for a while here. Off of her knee, Lemon loses it, but it's taken back by Queens. Drives, Ferry stops, and we're going to get a foul. And it's going to be called against Rania Guillory. And it's a bonus situation, so they should be going to the line, and they will. Official has corrected himself. They were calling for the throw-in, but now Ferry will shoot free throws. Everybody's confused right now.
Well, this second quarter started with the Lady Gators on a run, positive run, and Dutchtown was at a standstill, and now the second half of this, Jeff, is just the opposite. Lady Griffins are doing it, scoring points, and the Lady Gators seem to be stuck in this mode of 16 points.
Free throws not going down for the Lady Griffins. Coach Delry told me about that today too, as they may get another. I believe there may be. Is there a foul called? Because now we have Gatlin going to the line. Well, she's going to go to the line. Not quite sure the explanation. 1-1. Foul must have been committed, but there's no foul added on the scoreboard. Offensive rebound. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Ferry loses it to Humphrey. Dutchtown not making their free throws. And what I was saying earlier, a whistle and another foul against Ricka, and now Gatlin will go to the line. During the Live Oak game, Coach Derry mentioned that they had a lot of trouble on the free throw line. Their percentage was not very high, and that's something that they need to improve. Tonight, they haven't been successful yet.
But they're getting opportunities, and
there it is. 6-point lead. 6-0 run. It was 16-6. Dutchtown. Sandoval got it back to 16-16. Now it's 22-16 Dutchtown. A game of streaks. And it's good. 2 in a row right after we mentioned their struggles. It's 23-16. And a pass, turnover out of bounds. And another streak right here.
a lot of turnovers in this game, basically on both teams. But this press right here has got the Gators a little bit stunned.
Gatlin back to Queens for three, no good. Heidel rebound, and here she comes. Over to Ricka, drives, shoots, gets her own rebound, fight for the ball, and it's Humphrey. Again, they're letting them play, Coach. Not a lot of whistles in the lane. And now Dutchtown takes their time.
Under a minute, still man-to-man.
And has a shot in the lane. Strong offensive rebound, scores. 25-16, Torrey Ferry with the points. 9-0 run. We had a 10-0 run, a 10-0 run, and a 9-0 run. Pass down low, Coleman misses. Rebound, goes back to Coleman, and she'll go to the line. So let's see, they're going to call it on Queens Bernard. So Sandoval will be in the bonus in the last 27 and a half seconds.
Got the right idea. Get the ball to Coleman.
Yes.
She's basically your player in there right now.
She kind of disappeared for a while, Coach. But she's got the touch at the line. And Bernard will check out, keep her out of further foul trouble. And Herring will finish it out.
Bernard did a good job while she's in there along with Ferry.
And the second free throw is good, 25-19. So Sandoval breaks Dutchtown's streak, 24 seconds. See if Dutchtown plays for one final shot. They have to be satisfied with a 7-point lead or better if they can keep that. Looking for somebody, there's Gatlin. She drives, goes up, scores! 7 seconds, there's time for the Lady Gators. 5, 4, 2, shot. No good, and the putback not in time. And we're going to take a break. It's 27-18, Dutchtown with the lead over Sandoval. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. Rev Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network, where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character, and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
Their reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
For your car. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Welcome back to the Gold Dome at Santa Monica High School. Jeff Porsche and David Swacker with you. Dutchtown, the underdog tonight, leads Santa Monica by 9, 27-18. We're going to talk about what we saw, time permitting, but first we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk about soccer, and we're going to talk about first Santa Monica girls soccer, as they're going to be in the postseason. But we're going to talk about the girls right here, as Santa Monica will be playing against Denham Springs. That's a district matchup. Denham Springs won the first one. Yeah, and Slidell and Dutchtown will also be playing. The girls are Friday night, and the girls will play Saturday evening. So that's the girls' side right now. And on the boys' side, we're going to go with Santa Monica and Dutchtown in the Ascension Parish, as Santa Monica was the 8th seed and Dutchtown is the 9th seed, and so both of them are going to have home games. We don't have any results yet from Santa Monica Bonneville because they're just getting underway. They're still in the first half out there, and then Zachary's going to play at Dutchtown tomorrow night. So a big night at Dutchtown tomorrow night because we're going to have boys basketball for the game of the week, and you're going to have boys soccer playoffs going on.
A lot of things going on at Dutchtown High School. And, you talked about the soccer game. You talked about the basketball game. What else is going on at Dutchtown?
There's a musical out there, too.
Oh.
My daughter just knocked it out. I was so proud of her last night. I'm going to see her again Saturday.
So a lot of things happening at all the high schools.
Right.
Almost every night, it seems like.
And while we're talking about that, we got to we got to pay honor to a great student athlete over here at Santa Ma on the soccer side. So let's talk about Nia Bridgewater here for a little bit. Santa Ma's Nia Bridgewater scored 47 goals during the regular season, has 115 career goals for the Lady Gators. Bridgewater's total surpassed a 20-year-old record of 107 career goals by Melissa Gary, who played at Texas A&M. She broke the record despite playing with an injury that will require postseason surgery, and she is a Jacksonville University commit, Coach.
Well, that's impressive right there, and she's played, I guess, her first 2 years on the grass at the pit. Nothing wrong with that. But I can only, when you see her on the turf, she's fast.
Right.
And she's making things happen with that soccer ball.
Yes, and she's going to be playing in the postseason in the first round coming up, and hoping to extend their season, the Lady Gators. And as we finish talking about the soccer playoffs, we're not going to be broadcasting any of the first round games because we're going to be broadcasting the basketball tomorrow night. Now, second round, we're going to try to pick up a game if we can. Now, when you talk about the brackets, and you saw the brackets earlier, you might have noticed that 9 is Dutchtown and 8 is Santa Ma on the boys' side. Potentially, if both of those teams win their first round games, there's going to be a second round game at the pit between Dutchtown and Santa Ma. And we may broadcast that game. If it happens, we will let you know. On the girls' side, potentially Dutchtown could host a second round game, and that could also be a game that we could potentially pick up. But as soon as we know the brackets, we can't predict anything right now because there could be an upset. But you could be looking at a second round matchup between the Griffins and the Gators. We might have 3 in a row.
And Dutchtown's boys last year, very successful year. State runner-up to Catholic High. And so that's very capable of the girls and boys in Central Parish, always having fine soccer seasons, and let's just see what happens in these playoffs.
So not much time to talk about what we saw. I want to give credit to 2 players. On the Santa Ma side, you got to talk about J.C. Coleman. She had a great first half. And on the Dutchtown side, their leading scorer, Jenna Humphrey, had a great first half as well. We're starting the second half, and a shot blocked. Ferry's attempt goes to Santa Ma, and here comes Heidel. And Thornton, she's back in the game, goes and makes her presence known right away.
And you see the press. Zone press. And young girls are out here for Coach Delry. Let's see what happens.
And they break it.
Nice job of breaking it.
3-on-1 shot, good. Great job of breaking it right there.
That's exactly how you draw it up right there.
So it's 29-20. Queens Bernard scores.
Coach Delry doesn't start with a press, thinking that maybe we can use this in that fourth quarter like we did the second quarter.
Comrie passes down low. Coleman scores.
Comrie says, I've never been that open down there when I'm playing the post.
Easy points, 29-22, and was that a turnover? Yes, another travel. We've seen that a lot on both sides here tonight. The turnovers haven't been passes out of bounds or steals. They've all been travels. Not all of them, but the majority of them. So 7-point lead.
Haydell and Thornton say we are in charge of this group right here, and let's see what we can get going.
We saw this in the playoff game last year between Dutchtown and Santa Ma. Dutchtown had a lead at halftime, and in the third quarter, Santa Ma made a run and took the lead and never looked back. Shot short by Coleman. Rebound fight. And they're going to call Comrie for the foul. That's going to be a third foul on Comrie. She basically had to sit the majority of the first half. She came in early and got 2 quick fouls.
And you know, she's going to have to learn at a young age. You're going to have to be smart right here because your team needs you. And
Humphrey blocked. Coleman again. And now they got Comrie loose, misses, fouled.
A good job of running the floor there by Ryan Comrie, and Coleman seeing her open, got her the ball.
And
2-shot foul.
Gatlin commits the foul. So Ryan Comrie, good. 6-point game. I believe this is 5-2 run right now in the second half. Minute and 40 in. No good. Rebound. Ferry. Dutchtown's done a good job on the boards. They got out-rebounded in the Live Oak game. And a three coming from Bernard, no good. Short, out of bounds, and Black possession. Okay, there you go. I wasn't sure if Marley Gatlin knew she had to throw it in. And there's a three from Humphrey. No good. She'll go to the line and shoot three. And Thorne committed a foul, Coach. And that was one where basically after the follow-through made contact. That's a tough foul.
Didn't see that part right there because I was just assuming that it was going to go in because all the other ones have.
Pretty much. Humphrey shooting three, good. She, obviously, one of the things I was going to talk about tonight, I've seen a lot of the Dutchtown games this season, and Humphrey and Bernard have been their three-point threats, and they've done that tonight as they make 2 of 3 now, and the third one coming, 31-23.
Humphrey says, this is 15 feet right here.
And so they drop everybody back on defense. And she makes it. She's having herself maybe her best night of the season.
You know, they call free throws, Jeff.
Yep. And since I mentioned that Dutchtown's been struggling at the line, I don't believe they've missed. Pass inside Comrie and a charge.
And Comrie's not happy with that, but I'm going to tell you, that's the call right there.
It looked like it.
You lower the shoulder right there.
And that's 4. Comrie is going to be sitting for a while now, probably. Rania Guillory checks in. And the full court pressure. So far, Dutchtown hasn't had a problem with it here in this third quarter. Nice crossover pass down low to Ferry. Goes inside, shoots off the glass, no good. Rebound, Thornton. And she may be hurt on the other side. She's getting back up. She may have just had to make an adjustment. I think Ferry's okay.
Well, Ferry able to get up. Issue. Just got down the floor a little late.
Queens Bernard commits a foul. Might have been a shoe issue as well. So a 9-point lead, and Santa Ma's got to cut into it right here, and Taylor Shields will shoot. No good. Graves will come in as some foul trouble for Queens Bernard.
Well, that might be a difference maker right there because Bernard right here has really been playing outstanding around that basket.
It's 32-25, 1 of 2 for Shields. And one thing that we mentioned earlier, we haven't mentioned for a while, as they break the pressure again. Pass down low to Ferry. Can she get it? Yes, she does. And a fight for it. And it goes to Thornton. And a timeout called by Santa Ma. And so what we'll do right now is, let's talk, since Santa Ma called the timeout, let's talk about their upcoming games that are going to be on Rev TV. On Rev TV, you have the, tomorrow night, you have the Santa Ma and Dutchtown
boys game.
And then on the 14th, you have Santa Ma at East Ascension boys basketball. As we said, boys basketball district is just starting. YouTube streaming Rev Sports 1 and then on the Rev TV 4. And, of course, we may have more Santa Ma action as potentially a second-round boys soccer home game that we may be able to cover.
And, you know, just reminding our audience that one thing basketball has done a couple of years ago, they're just playing one round in a district just like they do in football. They're doing the same thing in basketball, where they just go and play in each team one time as far as the district schedule.
Turnover, and Graves has it, now gets it to Gatlin. Now Lemon and Humphrey. Inside the Herring, turnaround jumper block. Coleman again. Dutchtown, the thing I was going to mention that we haven't talked about in a while, Dutchtown is out 2 starters, including their leading scorer, Nia Miller, who's out, as you see Thornton checking out. Nia Miller, their leading scorer, is out indefinitely, and tonight Breanne Parker's not playing either with a concussion. But they have not missed them that much here tonight. It's an 8-point lead. And a 3 from Lemon. Off the glass, no good. Coleman rebound. Every time I mention Santa Maria with the ball, it's Coleman. Now a 3 from Shields, no good. Offensive rebound. And it's going to be possession for
Alexis Moore right there, trying to get her feet under her, traveled.
Yes. So.
And now Coach Bianca Harvey-Williams.
A lot of non-starters out here on
It's
both
out of
sides.
the press.
Now to pass down low, and it's not deflected. It's Lady Gator possession with 4:16 left to go.
Now here's the press now. What's going to happen? Thornton's out.
Heidel, a veteran, gets it across the Shields. And there's a shot, no good. Rebound, Gatlin. She's got lots of rebounds for a point guard and a freshman.
You know, this has been the difference maker is.
Inside, Ferry scores and the foul.
And that's one of the big difference makers right there.
And it's a 10-point lead. Halfway through the third quarter.
32.
That's 4 fouls.
Ferry
for the
right
Gators.
here. She has been a difference maker here in this.
There's a fight for the rebound, and Heidel looks like she's going to get it, and she does. Coleman. But now it's stolen again. It's Dutchtown committing the turnover. Excuse me, Dutchtown causing the turnovers, and then they commit one. They're going to say that Lemon traveled.
You know, Santa Maria, to me, has yet to set up offensively. You know, it's almost like they need Heidel in there.
Heidel tries to go
a lot of
inside.
just driving, a lot of one-on-one stuff, and it hasn't seemed that they haven't been able, you know, with 24 points, taking advantage of the man-to-man defense that Dutchtown is playing.
Santa Maria still can't get their rhythm. Dutchtown's broken through the pressure.
And a lot of that's the pressure that Dutchtown's putting on them.
Right. A 3 from Humphrey, in and out. Circles the rim, no good, and Coleman gets the rebound, and Ferry's going to commit a foul. Foul situation, that's, I believe, 3 for Dutchtown, 4 for Santa Maria. But as mentioned, just not in rhythm yet on the Santa Maria side. You see a lot of trademark turnovers and transition points, but Thornton's been out most of the night, and they haven't been able to assert that presence on defense. Here's inside, layup and in.
That was a nice little screen and roll right there. Nothing wrong with that one.
And Shields scores, and it's 34-26.
Let's see if Dutchtown can answer.
And there's a 3, no good, as Graves misses. And now Graves gets her hands on it, and it's Santa Maria possession. Good job by Heidel, but then it's stolen, and there's another steal. Coleman, shot, no good. Rebound Humphrey. They may slow it down right here, Coach.
And Coleman's saying, just give me the ball every time, and we'll be all right.
Coleman has done a wonderful job tonight. I can't stress that
offensively
enough.
and defensively.
Right. With Thornton not doing much, she has been the difference. And without her, it wouldn't be much for this team. That's a layup missed. Offensive rebound. Ferry shoots 2. Let's see who they called the foul on. They could call it on about 2 or 3 different Lady Gators. They're going to call it on 14. So that's Alexis Moore.
And that's, I think, her first foul.
Yeah, she's we've only seen her in the third quarter, Coach. So probably her first foul. That's 5. Ferry, I don't think she's made a free throw tonight. That's been the difference. Dutchtown could have a huge lead if they could take advantage of more of these free throws. Thornton comes in. That time she makes it. Seems like I mentioned Dutchtown not making free throws. They make their next one. Pass inside to Coleman. Shot. Good, in the foul. That's a big one right there as Ferry commits the foul.
That's the first time we've seen that tonight. I used to call it the McKinley fast break because they were superior at it. Santa Maria just did that fast break off a made bucket after a free throw made, down the sidelines, and probably within 3 seconds they score.
And they get the 3. And guess who? Coleman. And Shields nearly forces the turnover. So now this pressure, it's a 6-point game. Dutchtown has pretty much led all the way through. Santa Maria did tie it once. Humphrey doesn't have the 3. And the skip over to Lemon. Good job keeping it from going over. 143.
Well, this quarter seems like it's going on forever here, Jeff.
Yep.
There's this.
And there's a skip over to Graves. She drives, shoots, misses. Rebound Coleman. But a steal from Graves goes up, and a whistle and a foul. She'll go through the line. I believe that's going to be, yes, Guillory, Rania Guillory. So every time it looks like Santa Maria's about to make a run, Dutchtown has an answer.
And Coach Delry's going, maybe we don't need to shoot any free throws.
Good. So there's Allie Graves in the scoring column, and it's 36-29. And Ferry will check out. Herring checks in. 3 freshmen on the court right now. And a sophomore. We saw this at the end of the second quarter as well. 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and Taylor Lemon. Second is good. It's an 8-point lead. Pressure. Gets through. Here's Thornton. Ooh, that's area double dribble. No call. And a drive from Shields. Kicks it back out. Now inside to Thornton. Shot in and out. Ooh. And Graves commits the foul.
Coach Williams there for Santa Maria has it set up just like you want. You want Thornton there on the left side because she's left-handed, and she's got that nice little shot. Little backboard just barely went around the rim there.
Coach Delry told me that was one of the things he was trying to neutralize tonight because she's got a deadly move to her left, and she can get points off the dribble right there, and they were trying to keep her from going to that left side. Both free throws are in. 37-31, Dutchtown. Nearly stolen. It gets through. Drives inside, and that may be a carry.
Well, they call it double dribble carry. Basically, you end up with the same thing.
And now
under a minute left in this third quarter.
And Santa Maria can cut it to 4 or 3 right here. And there's Coleman, and she gets it. She's been getting that all night.
Coleman in the lane. And maybe Hydell will find her range here in the closing quarter.
I think it's going to be a great fourth quarter. And a contact, and it's Thornton again. She's committed 2 fouls that probably didn't need to be committed.
Well, she's coming out, and this is a smart move.
Yep. You gotta save her for the
Coach
stretch
Williams,
run.
yes.
But both their fouls, you had the one on the follow-through on Humphrey on the three, and then you had that contact right there.
We've seen Humphreys a lot in the last couple of years. This is the drawback and her plus. She's always going to be aggressive defensively.
Yep. As Lemon misses the front end of a 1-and-1, and still a shot for Santa Maria to cut it to 2 or 1. Heidel, nice pass, but can't get a handle on it, and it's taken away by Herring. And now Dutchtown may play for one shot, trying to take the lead going into the fourth. And here's Lemon to Gatlin, shield drive, floater, short, rebound, out of bounds, 1 second. They're going to have to get a desperation heave here.
Well, you don't have Ferry in there. You don't have Bernard in there.
And Humphrey's sweet spot is on the far side. They probably can't get it to her. Shot. They got it off, but it's way short. And we'll take a break. It's 37-33. Dutchtown leads Santa Maria. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
And the fourth quarter about to begin. Jeff Porsche, David Swacker with you. 37-33, Dutchtown with the lead. They've got a couple of games left to play here on Rev. As tomorrow night, we've talked about this a lot. You've got the Santa Maria Dutchtown boys game at Dutchtown. And then on the 10th, you have Dutchtown East Ascension boys basketball. Again, live streamed on YouTube, Rev Sports 1, and replayed on Rev 4.
And, these girls and the boys coming up after they finish the district schedule are all shooting for one of they call it the March Madness now. Boys and girls basketball, whether the girls in Hammond and the boys in Lake Charles for the state tournaments.
And we're going to talk about the boys a little bit more, hopefully before the night is over. Santa Maria's having a really good season right now as they're approaching 20 wins. Dutchtown playing 500 ball. We'll look at their records later on. And a three from Thornton, misses just long, but she's got the ball again, up. And I thought she made contact with her own player, but they're going to call the foul on the Lady Griffins.
Well, Thornton was communicating with Coleman. Not real certain what that was all about, but 2-shot foul. 4-point lead.
Slowly.
Oh, Coach Delry's got to be excited right now.
Yep.
Because as a coach, and you get a little undermanned sometimes, or under-femaled sometimes. And I'm going to just tell you, it is nice when your kids rise to the situation. Not real certain what's going to happen here. But I know one thing, there's a little zone going on.
Very slowly, Santa Maria's creeping back in, and a turnover. They can tie it or take the lead right here. And Thornton's breaking away. She's down low. Tie game.
Tie game, and smart job by Thornton right there. Not trying to drive in there and possibly get that charge foul.
Right. That's interesting that she's back in. And a timeout called by Dutchtown. And so during this break, let's go and talk about the boys' records. As we talked about, Santa Maria approaching 20 wins as we start district play tomorrow night. On the boys' side, you have Walker, and they're not as good as the girls' version of Walker, but they're really good and probably the class of 5A. But Denham Springs, look at their record, 22-6. Santa Maria approaching 20 wins. And then you got Dutchtown and East Ascension around 500. Live Oak 9 and 15 on the season.
And Jeff, just talking to a friend of mine today, Denham Springs, their best player, freshman.
Wow.
And
that's bad news.
If you remember last year, Denham Springs, when we did the Denham Springs Dutchtown game,
yes,
Denham Springs' best player, girls, was a freshman. Now she's a 10th grader.
So bright future for them.
And just a few years ago, Walker, led by a freshman, won the boys' state championship.
Now Humphrey shoots a three. Good, and it's a three-point lead. They needed that, Coach.
They needed that. Coach Humphrey says, we needed that extremely bad.
And that's Guillory, baseline, blocked, got the rebound. Heidel thought about it. Coleman shoots, short, rebound, Heidel scores.
That might be Heidel's first points right there.
Maybe
and I'm going to tell you, fourth quarter might be a key for her right here.
And there's a turnover. And Santa Ma's going to get a chance to take their first lead of the night, Coach.
It's amazing how the press either kills you or it brings new life into your game.
And a big possession right here. As Heidel's going to shoot the three, no good. Offensive rebound and a tie ball. And it's going to be Griffins' possession. Queens Bernard did a good job because Shields had that possession on the rebound. But Queens stuck her hands in, and possession arrows in their favor. Having a little more trouble getting it across.
Well, that long pass, that worries me. That's what you want to
make.
Oh,
no. Another turnover. How about that? And there's the first lead of the night.
Of the night, Jeff, of the night.
Yes.
Well, like you said, that's amazing that Santa Ma has not led in this game.
And now Gatlin to Ferry shoots. Dutchtown takes the lead.
Back and forth right here. This last quarter.
I love basketball like this, Coach. I love basketball like this. Heidel. Down low, Coleman scores. And it's ping pong now.
I'm just looking for Coach Delry bringing in the two big girls. Well, 40's in here.
And there's Ferry will drive.
Well, both of them are in. My bad.
There's a reach in, and they're going to count it. It looks like continuation.
Well, you got Ferry right here and Bernard. Those were two difference makers in this game right here through the first three quarters.
And so it's 44-43. Wasn't sure if they were going to call that continuation right there. As the reach-in looked a little early, they're going to call the foul on Heidel. And it's good.
Oh, nice shot.
Ferry's made a couple of them after missing a bunch. 45-43, Dutchtown. Oh, nice move. And contact, and I believe that's going to be free throws. And it's a bonus situation.
And that's Ferry on the foul.
Actually, they call it on Humphrey. They could have called either one. It's a bonus now. Dutchtown's at 7. Officials not aware, apparently. One was not.
Well, you know, your scoring table's in charge of that.
Yeah.
And basically, it helps if you put a bonus arrow, which you have up here, on this end. Well, that's on both ends.
And it's good, 45-44. Dutchtown trying to hang on with 5:10 left to go.
So what would you do right here?
No good.
If you're a Dutchtown coach, who are you going to rely on? Going to be your gun, going to be your leader right here?
Probably Ferry inside. They wanted to get her the ball a lot. There she is right here. She's going to shoot, contact, and a foul to block. She'll go and shoot you. Shields commits the foul. Delry told me that he wanted to get the ball inside to Ferry, and that's what he's doing.
They're outstanding offensively and defensively.
And maybe do the inside-outside game. If you get Ferry all tied up, you can go outside to Humphrey.
Both seniors, too.
Well, Bernard's the senior. Yeah, Bernard can make it as well from the outside. And the second one good, and it's 46-44. And here's Shields. Passes on the three. Guillory does not, and a miss. Offensive rebound, Coleman. And a travel. Far side official called that one.
I'm not sure on that one because you got a lead official right under that goal where the girl was standing, but
that's why I mentioned the far side one right there. Interesting. Oh, that's a desperate pass right there, and it goes out.
I'm not going to say inexperienced, but basically when you make a pass like that, somebody's got to be wide open.
Yep. And here's Comrie. So now you got Comrie and Thornton in.
Both for 4 fouls?
I believe so.
One's a senior, one's a freshman.
Hydell, point guard.
And Hydell has not been a big part of the offensive side of this.
Thornton jumper, no good. Rebound Ferry. And here comes Lemon and Gatlin over to Queens. And a steal by Thornton, but stripped. And a fight for it. And look at Hydell. Look at that hustle.
Hydell, she's answering my question right there. What is she going to do in this fourth quarter? Nothing but hustle right there.
And I think they called the foul on her. I thought Dutchtown was just casually letting the ball go, and eventually they were going to grab it. And then Hydell came out of nowhere and almost got the steal, but they're going to call the foul. That's a tough one right there. But that's just tremendous hustle. Foul or no foul? A very respectable play right there.
Not real sure what these two officials are talking about. One of them might be trying to talk the other one out of making that call.
Well, they're already at the line, and Gatlin's ready to shoot. Are they going to make him do the play over? We've seen that in big games in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Please don't make them do the play over.
Well, this is kind of breaking the
momentum
of both teams right here. They're both playing outstanding right now.
And you see Coach
they're
Delry,
both playing hard right now, I should say.
Coach Delry took advantage of that and talked to Humphrey and Lemon. And so we're going to do the 1-and-1. And Guillory will come out and Guillory will come in and Coleman will come out. Halfway through the final quarter.
And Coleman with just a few fouls, not foul trouble.
She just needs a breather. She's played a lot tonight. First free throw is good. 47-44. Dutchtown dominated a lot of this game, had big 10, 8-point leads, but Santa Moss fought back. They've taken the lead, but now a 4-point lead for the Lady Griffins as they fight back.
They come out in the zone defense.
And Hydell. Guillory, steal by Lemon. It's 2-on-1. Down low, Gatlin misses. Lady Gators, possession. Hydell. Thought about Comrie down low. Now a three, no good. And a rebound goes to Queens.
Well, Thornton taking that three-pointer from the top of the key. Kind of a strange spot for her, mainly a left-handed.
And a travel. That one was.
Well, then Coleman back in the game quick.
So now Coleman comes in and Rania Guillory checks out.
Well, both coaches making outstanding moves right here.
That last minute has been a win for Coach Delry right now because no points were scored. They keep the 4-point lead. But now here comes the Lady Gators. And a pass out, passes on the 3, shoots off balance, no good, rebound, and back in. And that's Shields.
Shields, I don't know where Shields came from. She must have been on a knee down in there because she looked like she was hid.
And a timeout called by Sanoma. And during this break, let's take a look at the power rankings. So we haven't looked at that yet here tonight. The number 1 team in the state, Walker, plays in 5A, and Dutchtown has already lost to them. Parkway, number 2, best player in the country.
Got the best player headed to LSU next year.
Barb Zachary, and then Denham Springs at 5. So you got 1 and 5. And then you got 9, Sanoma. Dutchtown has been dropping with the injury to Nia Miller. But I was talking to the coach about that, and he, like I said earlier, he's optimistic that because of the strength of schedule, because they still have to play Sanoma tonight in Denham Springs, that won't affect them too much. And if
they get a win here tonight.
EA, if they win tonight, then there's no problem at all. If they beat EA, then that'll be helpful as well. So they're thinking possibly that they can stay in that top 16 and host a first-round game.
And if you notice, like it was said earlier, you have Walker, Denham Springs, Sanoma, Dutchtown, Live Oak, and East Ascension, all in the top 32.
Yeah.
With possibilities of everyone on the girls' side and 5A going into the playoffs.
And Sanoma's motivation right now, they're at 9. They need to get to 8 so they can host a second-round game potentially. One spot could make a big difference in a home game, second round, or a road game in that second round. And they're very close. That's where they were last year. And they were able to host the second round game. Queens passes on the 3. And Dutchtown's going to stall.
Well, 2 points is really, that's 1 steal away.
And now they're going to bring Thornton in, and they're going to kick it out. Humphrey doesn't have a shot. Now she does. Short. Thornton. Potentially a tie game here, and it is.
1 shot ties it up.
And Shields scores, and we are tied, approaching 2 minutes. Can't beat this, Coach.
And you got Thornton guarding out here at the top. She's got to be careful.
Wide open, short again. 2 in a row where she's short.
Boy, did you see?
Now Hydell, 3, no good. Offensive rebound, scores. That's Comrie.
Comrie, just a freshman right there, coming up with a big play with 4 fouls on her.
Sanoma coming out of that timeout, 4-0 run. Now out to Queens. She's got a 3, in and out, and a rebound. Here comes Sanoma, they're running. Baseline, travel. 123, still a 1-possession game.
And I understand exactly what Thornton was doing right there, but probably tried to be a little bit too much aggressive.
And Guillory for Coleman. Looks like Coleman's a little sore, but she's probably going to check back in. She's going to be in, or maybe she's going to look at maybe some athletic trainers.
No, so she's just going back in and out, offensive, defense.
And a floater, no good, and a rebound, Thornton. That was kind of an ill-advised shot. Here comes a attempt at a steal. And a timeout called. And so we have 1 minute left, and it's a 1-possession game, Coach. What do you see here? What's Sanoma going to do right here on offense?
Well, I would venture to say that Coleman's going to come into game on offense. And you're going to have Comrie in there. You're going to have Thornton in there. And that's going to be your mainstay. But I mentioned this. I just think Heidel has kind of missed the boat here in this game in some situations. And I just believe that a steal, running the floor, some type of play on offense, some type of play on defense, she might be the one that does it.
One thing I've noticed is when they put up their shots, earlier in the game, Ferry and Queens Bernard were doing a really good job getting the boards for Dutchtown. Since then, you've seen Coleman and you've seen Comrie and you've seen Thornton up there getting the rebounds on the offensive side, and that could be a big difference maker.
Just a while ago, Bernard shot from this corner right here, Jeff, and I wish you could have seen Taylor Shields block her out. The rebound came right back to Thornton. I mean, to Shields.
Right. I know what you meant. So, the final minute. Sandoval 50, Dutchtown 48.
They need. Thornton needs to come get this ball.
Comrie inside. Up and not in, but an offensive rebound miss and a line shooting 2. Ferry commits the foul. Chance to extend the lead, the freshman on the line.
Well, I mean, you know, I know this girl pretty good. She broke our shot put record that was up there for about 20 years at Galvez, and she is a competitor right there.
And a miss.
And she missed that free throw, and she'll be worse on herself than anybody else could.
So
she is a competitor, and let's just see what happens. What you saw, what was going. She was missing the shots, but rebounding them and putting them back up.
And a miss and a rebound, and it goes out to Heidel. And Thornton, and it's
Thornton
still a 2-point game.
has to have the ball. She's got to shoot free throws.
They may have to commit a foul. Goes out, and it goes to Dutchtown. Good defense by Queens Bernard. And now a 2 ties it, a 3 wins it with 34 seconds. This is Gatlin. Now Lemon, stolen! And she may just kick it out and hold on to it. Now Heidel passes on the 3, and she'll go to the line.
Thornton needs to understand in that situation, she needs to keep the ball.
Yes.
Do not pass it off. But, again, this is the girl I was talking about. Heidel, a senior, a leader, an excellent player on this team, and now she needs to come through. An outstanding outside shooter. She just hadn't taken many shots tonight.
And there's the first one missed. Rebound, Queens, and going for the tie ball. And a timeout called just in time, I think. All right, now that set the table. Still 50-48, 20 seconds left. Dutchtown can't break that pressure right now. What are you going to do?
I'm going to stay with the pressure. I was a little bit concerned, or I was really wondering if Dutchtown was going to take advantage of Bernard open right here on this sideline. But before they could get that ball across the court to Bernard, Thornton had made the steal.
So now the 2 ties it, the 3 wins it, the same scenario that we had about 15 seconds ago before the steal by Thornton.
Well, that's some winning free throws that were just missed.
Right, you had
in the last 2 possessions.
Comrie missed a couple, and then you had the front end missed by Heidel. But now it's going to be a double bonus across the board. 9 team fouls for Dutchtown, 10 for Santa Monica. So you think this one was good, just wait for the sequel tomorrow night. Dutchtown, Santa Monica, boys basketball at Griffin Gym.
There's going to be a lot of drama
going
on at Dutchtown tomorrow night. All right, full court press. Dutchtown has all 5 girls. Somebody's got to be breaking deep.
Humphrey has it. Humphrey, excuse me. Ferry inside, Lemon, they get across fairly easily, they drive, block, rebound, Ferry, miss, rebound, Thornton, 7 seconds, she's got to commit the foul, and she does. 2 free throws wins it.
2 free throw wins it, and I'm just telling you, it's amazing. The last second shot right around that rim just could not get it to fall.
So Thornton, who sat out a lot of the night with foul trouble, has a chance to seal it with 2 free throws.
Well, she played smart, you know, still aggressive, but smartly aggressive.
So Ferry's got
but this is where, you know, she needs to be shooting all the free throws in the last quarter.
Ferry's got to sit. Herring's got to come in.
Coach
5.
Delry, outstanding job with his kids tonight.
Win or lose, they proved a point here.
Exactly.
That they're more than just Nia Miller and a bunch of other players. And one more seals it. It's a 3-point game right now. Another free throw makes it a 2-possession game. 6 seconds left. It's going to be hard.
Well, you
to
make
do that.
this, you definitely can press. But, you know,
no good. Timeout. So 5.8 seconds left.
Well,
it's going to be hard to get across. But although they broke it fairly easily with Lemon on the last possession. But do you stay with the pressure? And because it could, full court press could potentially give up an easy shot.
Yeah, Lemon was one last year that was just, I thought, pretty good from the outside.
Yep. You're looking at Lemon, Humphrey, and Queens Bernard. Those are your options.
And I'm going to say Humphrey, and let's see who's going to be on Humphrey.
Now, Graves can shoot threes as well as a freshman. I don't know if she's going to come in on offense or not. Looks like she's going to sit. No, she's still there.
Well, you see right here, this is going to be the press.
No, Graves will not come in.
Your rule is don't foul anybody here. Because if you foul and they shoot that long shot, that's going to be 3 free throws.
And so here we go. It's going to be tough. Need to hurry. And a pass. That's going to be taken by Heidel. And there's the game. And a nice comeback by the Lady Gators. And Dutchtown falls after a very valiant effort. Our final score, 51-48. We'll take a break and wrap things up. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. Rev Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
Their reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Cash for your car. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Final score tonight from the pit, or not the pit, the Gold Dome. Porsche, come on. 51-48. Sanoma. I had Sanoma on the brain right there. It was the right team. 51-48. Great game, great comeback by the Lady Gators. Great performance by Dutchtown. Down 2 seniors tonight, Coach, but they gave it their all, but just didn't have enough at the end.
I tell you what, man, it's I've had the opportunity to coach girls and track and stuff like this. I just love the competitive nature of athletes, male or female, when the going gets tough, just exactly what happens for you. And, you know, sometimes in the girls' situation, it's not like boys. I mean, when the young girls can participate, and they can participate very well most of the time. So I just enjoyed watching both teams compete. You know, I know there's going to be someone that wins and someone that loses, and someone's going to be happy and then the other team's not. But both teams really played hard tonight, and you could see in this district right here why, if all things work out like it should, at the end of the regular season, maybe all 6 of them will be in the playoffs.
That's a distinct possibility. Now, on the Sanoma side, I want to give out a couple of shout-outs. When Thornton was out, J.C. Coleman, the sophomore, took over this team and had a great game. And then at the end, Thornton came out and did a good job and had her leadership and helped secure the win. On Dutchtown, can't say enough about Jenna Humphrey. She got all kinds of threes. Tori Ferry did a good job inside. All the seniors, Queens Bernard and Lemon, and all the younger players, Marley Gatlin, they all did a great job. And I want to mention that.
Well, Humphreys looked like a professional shooting 3-pointers.
Yep. So.
Well, maybe better than a professional, because she was about 100% there in that first half.
So that's going to do it right here. Our final score, 51-48, but remember, this is only game 1 of Dutchtown Sanoma Fest, as tomorrow night you're going to have boys basketball, Dutchtown Sanoma, at the Griffin Gym over in Geismar, And then you're going to have Dutchtown EA boys basketball on the 10th, and then Santa Maria EA on the 14th. But getting back to Santa Maria Dutchtown, potentially a second-round soccer game, potentially on our airwaves, but we'll let you know once we know. So maybe stay tuned for that. And that'll do it. So for Coach Swack, I'm Jeff Porsche. Final score 51-48. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.